Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 59. My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PGA professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Jolie, mate, what's going on?
So much.
Heaps.
Lots. There is lots on both ends, I think.
The title of this episode, Jolie, I feel is going to be We've Got to Be On.
It's either lots or bid on or check this out, try this on for size.
We're busy.
If the shoe fit, I don't know.
If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, don't.
Yeah, it doesn't, you know. Otherwise, plenty. Plenty
man.
on. And you've got plenty as well.
We both do. This week, especially at the time of listening for you guys, a fair bit has already happened.
And is going.
And he's still to come.
Yes.
We are in the week of the golf day.
Yeah, even with the previous couple of episodes, we do have just one or two updates.
Yes.
Of some things last time. Even last week when you were listening, that was more of a teaser into the day.
Correct.
But there's been other things that we will express right now, basically, after our main schedule.
Yeah, correct. We'll get through the normal criteria first, but just for a bit of reference, guys, the previous episode with Mark, episode number 58, thank you very much for all the feedback, by the way, on that one. It was really good.
You got plenty, did we?
Yeah, a little bit.
Awesome.
A fair bit, which was good. Good to see that.
Awesome.
Thanks again to Mark for coming on. But that episode was recorded well before it went out.
It was.
So
It was.
we haven't actually been in here for a couple of weeks.
It's been about 2, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of catching up to do, just to sort of fill you guys in on what's been happening with Joel, what's happening with myself and
Yourself
other,
as well,
other things
yeah.
as well.
You got a bit on the plate too.
Got heaps going on. But firstly, recent rounds. Do
rounds.
you want me to go first?
Sure.
My most recent round was on Saturday. It was par at Heidelberg. I had -4, which was, I started hot. Started so hot.
It's that 32 points thing. It's
That's
just
it.
That's the Mitch Cooper day.
The Mitch Cooper
The Mitch
buffer
Cooper.
round. I think I've got another 3 or 4 rounds before I got another flag dropping off, so I'm in a little sweet spot at the moment.
Okay.
The golf is okay. It was really good. I've had some time off work, so I've been playing heaps.
Yeah.
Last week, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Sort of Monday, Tuesday, played Wednesday as well, was okay. Saturday was a bit meh, but
Par's a weird format.
I've said it time and time again on this podcast. I love par.
Really?
It's stress-free golf.
See, I'm just the complete opposite.
It's the only format where I will play the format, if that makes sense. So if I play Stableford, I'm playing stroke. Right?
Yeah.
If I'm playing stroke, I'm playing stroke. If I'm playing anything else, it's stroke. Right? Because I don't care if I'm putting for 8 on a par 5 with no shot. If I'm not holding anybody up, I'm finishing. I'm finishing the hole out.
I'm glad you said that. I'm like, you're that guy.
If I'm not holding anybody up, I'm going to
yeah.
finish the hole out. Par, I don't care. You're only losing 1 score if you fuck up. So fuck it, pick it up. Who cares? So it's kind of a hit and giggle for me. Par. Yeah. I really enjoy it. It's a good change up.
Good. It's fast too. It's quick.
So I was telling you this earlier. Unfortunately, we played in the afternoon at Heidelberg on Saturday, which is not like us.
It's not you.
It's religiously 8 to 8:30, maybe earlier every Saturday. More often than not, off 1.
Yeah.
Right. A few of the boys who listen to this podcast know that we've got a bit of a reputation about ourselves.
Anything after 9 o'clock for you is like
it may as well be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I missed the timesheet opening by 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we ended up teeing off at 12:30 in the afternoon.
That's about right.
Which sucks, right? And so the Friday night before the round, I'm on the timesheets just having a look, right? And all of a sudden, 3 spots open up at 11:54, like 4 groups ahead of where we were supposed to be.
On.
And I messaged the boys in the group chat. I'm like, you got 30 seconds to figure this shit out. And they're like, do it, whatever, who cares?
We're on, yeah.
And so we did. We jumped in. We managed to get it going. It was nice. But yeah, playing that sort of afternoon really got me buggered. And even still, we managed to play in I think it was either just around or under 4 hours, which was
Christmas. If it starts with a 3, you've had a good day.
Incredible.
Yeah, if it starts with a 3, you could have 15 stable for points and still have a good day if you played in 3 hours 50.
100%.
Like that's Christmas.
But that was my most recent.
I think
round.
my gripe with par is the fact that there is 5 holes on the golf course that if I miss my birdie putt, I have to pick the ball up.
Yeah, that's pretty shit.
Like I reckon that's my gripe.
That's pretty shit.
Like even first hole of the day, if I'm playing at Rosanna, for example.
Yeah.
First hole of the day, if I hit a good tee shot and hit the ball to 15 feet and miss it,
Yeah.
good minus.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, that's probably my biggest gripe because if I par 4 of the holes I have to give a shot back on or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what happened? Did you bogey him? Well,
No. No.
It looks a bit different.
I still shot 2 under, but 2 under means
2 under means minus 3. Fucking 4.
Minus 3.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's my problem with biggest grub.
Your most recent round?
Most recent round, well, apart from being yesterday during pennant, I probably won't count that because I couldn't even tell you what I was to the card or anything like that.
Yesterday
I was fortunate enough to play down at the Nash at the Gunnamatta course, which is relates to something we'll branch on in a sec.
Absolutely.
And that place is just Disneyland. The National is just it's fucking incredible.
You've got a few Disneylands, I reckon.
Incredible. Yeah, well,
You got a couple of Disneylands.
things excite me.
There's one at the Aussie.
Yeah.
There's one at PK. There's one
PK's
at the
Disney
Nash.
World.
Disney World.
No, so this place is very, very impressive. Very impressive. So I was probably most blown away by the contrast of each type of surface. It goes from fairway into the apron.
Yeah.
Like the apron of every green is like too perfect. It's too good.
I'm gonna.
It's unbelievable. And then it goes into the greens that is all stripy and rolling pure and it's immaculate. The place is just unbelievable, right? So anyway, played there, but my actual most recent round was Friday. So I was fortunate enough last week on Monday to qualify for the Heritage Classic. I played Monday, had 3 under on the Henley course at Heritage to come top 4, I think it was, out of the 60 player field. And there was 6 spots. I was fortunate enough to get in to qualify, which was awesome. So first actual tour event, which I was over the moon by it, and playing at a golf course I'm extremely familiar with. So confidence was up. The game was decent. And felt good playing with a mate as well. Played with Levi, which was good. We played many rounds of golf together. I've known him for a very long time. The only downfall was that we copped the dodgy end of the. I'm not going to say the dodgy end of the draw. Thursday was shit for anybody.
Yes, correct.
But I teed off at 150 on Thursday, so I was right at the back of the field.
Yeah,
and we got fucking pissed on.
See,
so we got shit on like with rain for the first probably 4 holes.
Yeah.
Then it stopped, which was good. Still blowing its head off. And then we got a bit more rain sort of starting our second 9, and then that was about it. So probably rained for about 5 holes total.
Yeah, right.
Which is not too bad. It was a lot better than what it was forecasted. I can
100%.
give it that. And then our last 2 holes we got pissed on again. So I ended up shooting even in that hurricane at the back of the field, which I was actually quite happy with, considering a little bit of nerves first tour event round, a little bit of nerves, sort of got a bit sort of I reckon conservative. I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't need to be around that sort of golf course because I know it so well, sort of thing. But yeah, considering some of the scores in that afternoon, there was probably only a couple that shot 3 or 4 under.
Yeah, right.
That had a great day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was stoked to sort of have even, which I'll take. And then the next day was the Friday, which once again is my most recent round. I had 2 under par. And actually played quite solid. Off the tee was good. Putter was good. Unfortunately, my scoring shots that were inside 120 just weren't good enough, I'll say.
Yeah.
I just didn't. You came around that day.
I did. And
I just didn't really hit them close enough, unfortunately. That's all it really came down to.
Legit. So I had spoken to you during the week and sort of, obviously being off work, I was definitely going to come and see you play some golf, right?
Yeah.
And so I rang you being like, do I come Thursday or Friday or both? Like, do you have someone on the bag? And you already had sorted out Ryan, who was really good.
Yeah.
And so you were like, nah, don't come Thursday. The weather is
I told
shit
nobody
out.
to come Thursday,
Right?
because it was
And
just horrible.
I was like, are you sure? Like, I'm
horrible.
happy to come. And you're like, nah, don't bother.
don't
Come
bother.
Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a better day.
It was.
And the weather was fine.
Weather was great.
It drizzled for like maybe 2 hours.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
And it was barely noticeable.
Yeah.
I went out with the sole purpose to come and obviously watch you play, but also to do some filming. And, we put a mic on Ryan, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I chucked the mic on as well towards the end of the round just to sort of have a bit of extra commentary and stuff.
Yeah.
I've got all that data, all that footage rather, and I'm going to...
We might have a sneaky look at it after this.
We will.
Yep.
We will. And I'm going to start editing it very soon.
Yeah, cool.
So, with the intention
Take your
to
time.
hopefully put it up.
Yeah,
So,
take your time.
but watching you play on Friday, the whole round, I'm sort of walking around, keeping to myself and keeping out of people's way. Try not to
You did very well doing
interfere
that.
on
Did very well doing
yourself and the other players as well. The one thing I noticed was that all 3 of you, and I'm not sure how the other boys would feel about this statement, but I think all 3 of you were really scared of the unpredictability of the greens at times.
A little bit. That was so spinny.
So spinny, so grabby, so sticky.
Yeah.
But also really threatening with pace.
Sometimes, yeah.
At times, because there were a few times where, like, especially when you were just off the green, like putting from the fringe, and you'd give it a little nudge, expecting it being slightly downhill to get there, and it ends up 6 feet short.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is they're worried, like they're concerned.
It was more or less it was probably a good way to put that, actually, a bit of unpredictability, because with that rain, because of the day before, they were quicker on Thursday.
Of course.
So not by much,
And
but
we
a little
copped a
bit.
fair whack of rain.
We got a lot of rain
after you finished on Thursday night.
So the greens were extremely. They were probably more difficult than if they were firm, like real firm, because like you're hitting a wedge in from 75 meters, and you're trying to throw it 15, 20 feet behind the hole, because like it doesn't matter what shot, unless you hit 8-iron from 70 meters, like hitting a 54 degree from 70 meters. I'm trying to hit this like chippy little fade to try and take spin. Oh, not even fade, just like this chippy shot.
Yeah.
Trying to hit it a bit high toey, if anything, to take some spin off.
Yeah.
And it was sometimes really tough to
be
gauge
fair,
how much it was going to spin.
The only hole you did that on was on one. Because you put your ball in the bunker on the right-hand side.
Oh, just great fairway bunker, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you've hit this mint shot out of the bunker. You left it 15-foot past drain to putt for birdie. And I'm thinking, we're on. Right? Because I walked up to the green to watch the balls come in. And it's the only shot I missed because I was just fumbling shit and trying to get organised and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've seen this ball sail and thud and then trickle back a couple of feet. I'm like, they're soft.
Yeah,
he's going to love it.
Soft and spinny.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, Joel, you know better than anybody else just to flick that switch and go, we're attacking. Let's go.
Yeah.
And you tried.
I tried to.
But
I think I'm trying to think of the shot that I reckon ruined that was probably I don't even know. Maybe the shot into 6.
Yeah.
I sort of it pitched onto the green, and like even with a low flighted pitching wedge from 100 meters to once again take spin off, it still came back 12 feet, like coming out flat. So I'm like, Jesus, I got to really behave myself with spin here. I got to really make sure I don't rip him off front of greens or into bunkers or something like that. And
that's when I started noticing
that conservative sort of feeling I think stuck.
That's when I started noticing, because I've obviously played a lot of golf with you over the last however many years, and I know your wedge game pretty fucking well. You're teaching me your wedge game, right?
I'm trying to.
And SGM as well,
Yeah.
right? So I see you start, for lack of a better term, jabbing at these wedges, like really trying to dig in and really trying to compress and keep them low. And I'm like, this is not what he's normally like. He's not playing with freedom here. He's playing super, super conservative. He's genuinely concerned of how this ball's going to react the moment it gets onto the green. And it wasn't just you. No, it was the other boys as well. You even
saw Levi throwing low draws in it and getting him to come back 30 feet and ripping him off the front of a green. I'm like, whoa.
And in fairness, Levi was probably the standout player in that group on Friday.
He was. He played better than us three. Us two.
3 or 4, maybe 4 under on the day. But it wasn't till 12 or 13 where he started figuring it out, going, I'm just going to do this. And just started hitting those low draws in.
He had that confidence.
And he just goes, fuck it, just do that all day.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
And played really well.
He did.
Whereas yourself, I genuinely don't think you hit the ball that badly at all.
No,
I think
I
you hit it
didn't.
really. I think you hit it reasonably well.
I hit it fantastic off the tee. My short game was reasonable. I putted well.
You made one glaring mistake.
One very standout
one
mistake. That was
glaring mistake, right? Is a par 5, probably with the exception of 12, my favorite hole on the course. I love. It's
pretty
4,
cool. 4's
right?
pretty cool. Yeah,
it's a long winding snake of a par 5. It's a genuine 3-shotter. From the blacks.
And like if it's into the wind, don't even try getting
Correct.
it too.
You've pumped driver to the corner, which was cool. Fair enough. From the middle of the fairway, you hit this roping double cross of a snap hook.
Yeah, I tried to, because I've been hitting all week. We'd been playing that hole into.
Yeah.
So all week, well, even the practice rounds, I've been hitting this really low buttery cut that I've been hitting recently.
Love,
that I'm loving to hit at the moment. That me and Mark has been working on a lot. So I'd sort of stand a bit closer to it, show the heel to the club, rip it left, and it just cuts.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I'd leave myself 40 in because straight into the wind. And so I just pulled 3-wood, did that. And not really sure what happened. I just covered it a bit and
Yeah.
it went straight and sort of drew a little bit. I'm like, that's not good.
No.
And it goes one bounce into the long shit. I'm like, fuck.
And to be perfectly
It's like,
honest,
oh God.
it was from that point that I was thinking to myself, right, you really need to sort of keep your distance here and don't get too close and too involved.
Oh, that didn't
Right.
play a
And
factor.
I know it wasn't.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't. But that's what I was
It's
thinking.
still, yeah,
right. Because
yeah.
I'm like, right,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is do or die here. If he turns around and tells you to turn it all off,
Yeah,
turn it
it's
all
off.
off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of just keeping my distance. I wanted to get a view of the lie, but you were just sort of hovering around with Ryan a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I saw the club choice for your third shot, when you were probably 85 out, 95 out from the green,
About 95. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And you pulled 6 iron.
No, I pulled 8.
8 iron.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just a little choppy one.
Yeah.
I honestly thought, get it out into the fairway, make up and down.
Nah.
Take 5 and move.
It was-
right.
yeah.
That's what I thought when I saw the club choice. And then I saw you hit it. And I'm like, oh, he's trying to put this close.
Yeah.
Even still.
Yeah.
And it just sailed.
It
And
was-
you
it was-
got
it was a
It was
weird
the
one.
crispest fucking shot you hit all day.
So to put it, like, it was left of 4 and it was, I actually didn't have that bad of a shot. It wasn't that bad, but it was in like a little clump of fescue stuff.
Yeah.
And it was sitting there and it was sitting okay. I could get to the back of it, but all the shit in front of it and where the club was going to enter was thick.
Yeah.
What we thought was thick. So, and it was 95 meters. And so I said to Ryan, do you like 7 iron or 6 iron to get it coming out just over the bunker so it runs up? And he goes, I like 8 iron just because it's going to give you enough loft that if it doesn't get over the bunker, at least you're going to be still front edge somewhere.
Correct.
So I'm like, I like where your head's at, right? So I said to him, I'm going to have to give this a bit because like we're thinking grass is going to grab club and it's going to come out dead if anything, right? Club just ripped straight through every fucking blade of grass through this and the ball went straight
Yeah.
over the green. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it just come out so hot.
So hot.
I didn't realize, neither of us realized how hot it was going to come out.
No.
And then it went off to the back of green. I hit what I thought was a great little wedge shot.
It's a great wedge shot.
Awesome wedge shot to 12 feet.
Coming back down a slope
Yeah.
to a tucked,
To a tuck
short-sided pin and
Downhill.
Downhill. It was a recipe
It
for
was a
disaster.
great shot.
It
And
was a great shot and it just trickled out to 10, 12 feet.
Yeah.
And you lift out the putt.
I hit a good putt as well. And unfortunately made a 6 sort of out of nowhere, really.
Yeah. But
So-
like also, if I make that 6 on that hole, I'm turning around going, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I hit a poor second shot.
You hit a bad second shot. The third shot you got unlucky with because you just
maybe
you misread the
a
conditions.
tiny
that you
bit
were
of a maybe a misjudgment. It was
Yeah.
probably it was just unpredictability. We thought it was going to do one thing and it did something else.
and then you're faced with a tough up and down.
yeah.
Which I'm sorry.
Look, I walked
there
off-
are a handful of players in the world that make that up and down.
There's not many that like
Genuinely, it's not an easy up and down.
you just got to get. I'm not going to say lucky, but you just got to get rewarded with landing it in that perfect spot.
Perfect
and
spot.
with the sort of lie I had, it was sitting up this high. So I'm like, I got to clip ball. I'm not going to be able to use turf underneath all the bounce. I'm not going to be able to use that. I'm going to have to hit ball and just hope it doesn't come out hot.
Yeah.
And it sort of came out. I'm looking at it going, I'm happy with that. It pitched green, they're soft enough, rolled at 12 feet. I hit a good putt, and unfortunately it lipped that low side. And yeah, I step up into the next tee and I looked at Ryan. I'm like, what do you do? Apart from hitting that poor second shot, like real poor second shot, what more do you do there? Like,
And then for the rest of the round, like
it was sort of just cruise control. Really.
it was cruise control. It was par after par after par.
Well, that was my
And
only bogey for the day.
birdies were super hard to come by.
Yeah. Because I wasn't in it close.
Because you were even through those 4 holes. You birdied 1, obviously, par
Yeah.
2 and 3, made bogey on 4.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, I don't think you made your next birdie until 10 or 11. It would have been late. It would have been later in the round. I
I
reckon it would.
birdied 15.
Yeah.
No. Shit. What was I birdie?
Anyway, regardless, it was late. There was a good stretch of holes where you were making good up and downs, genuine 2-putt attempts. Like it was solid
It was
golf.
solid enough from there, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there were opportunities left out there. If you
Just needed to hit a
that's
few
golf,
plays.
man. Like
That's
I
all
walk
it came
away
down
from
to.
my -4 par round on Saturday going, fuck, there was a bit out there.
Yeah, of course there is
Because
every
I had
round.
3 lip outs.
There is every round.
Honestly, on Saturday, I could have been +5 through 5.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? To an extent.
Absolutely
But
could have
like,
been, but it's not
fuck.
just that's just not the way the cookie crumbles,
Nah.
unfortunately. So yeah,
Fast
to,
forwarding.
to get going. Yeah, I was 2 under going down 18. I absolutely bombed my drive.
Yeah.
Like, that was so far down there.
Oh,
I was
it was
stoked with that.
huge.
It was a long way. The hole was like 458 or something from the back, and I had 122 or something.
Yeah.
Over the corner. It plays shorter if you take the corner on, which is what I did. I'm like, I have to make birdie, which is what I thought.
Yeah.
Didn't see the leaderboard, had no idea. I do care about it, but I'm like standing over it going, that can't be my worry right now.
No.
Just finish out your round, shoot under par. This is your first tour event. Just dig your feet in a little bit.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Have a crack.
Miscut or made cut, you gave it a fucking red hot crack, right? Anyway, and I hit a great wedge shot. I hit wedge to 15 feet.
Yep.
Maybe touch inside, right? And it was a relatively straightforward putt. It didn't do much at all.
No.
So I had it on the right edge, and because the green was dark, the grass was dark. I'm like, it's into a little bit, so I'm like, I'll just give it an extra roll, right? And I've hit a great putt, end over end. It's hit that high side lip and came back at me. And I'm like, oh my fucking god! And in my head, I had the weirdest hunch. I'm like, I think that's what I needed.
Yeah.
Like, I had this weird suspicion, like not seeing the leaderboard or nothing.
So,
And that's came back at me. I tapped in 2 under, finished 2 under for the event. And then all day it was the waiting game.
Yeah.
And then at one stage, the cut line did sit at 2 for a long time and then went back out to 3 and sat at 3. And I'm like, fuck. And I realized how important that last part was.
yeah.
But like, I had a couple things go my way that day,
Yeah.
which I got rewarded with, like that shot in the 17. Fuck
Oh,
me.
fuck. You and Levi pitched it in the same spot. Yours bounces left towards the flag.
Yeah,
And
he takes a right. Yeah. So I got rewarded with that and took a good 3. But and then everything was good off the tee. I hit the ball off the tee better on Friday than I did Thursday.
Okay, good.
But into the green, I think you were right with the little conservative, trying not to rev the thing off the green and trying to land it on the perfect spot for it to spin or hold or something. And I just lacked a tiny bit of confidence. Probably all it was, not hitting it close enough, unfortunately. So it just left me 2 longer birdie putts.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly
all it
right.
was. That's all it was.
And that's the thing, like, if,
the rest of it's
if
fine.
conditions are slightly different, like if it was 3 or 4 degrees warmer on the Friday earlier, if it doesn't rain as much on the Thursday night, you can go back and play your normal golf game as you normally do at that joint and get those extra 2 or 3 shots, probably make the cut.
Shoot 5 or 6
But
or something.
it's just golf, unfortunately.
Look,
but
to take away from that, like, first event, I'm not going to say I wasn't expecting to play, but I wasn't in the event on the
qualified.
Sunday night.
you qualified.
On the Sunday night, I wasn't in the event. And then on the Monday, I'm going out. Well, I'm got nothing to lose here.
Yeah.
Let's give it a crack. And I ended up shooting a good number and, made it. Beautiful. Went out pracky rounds, played it like I would
just
normally.
soaked up the tour event.
Just soaked it up. You know, it was awesome. It was good little teaser.
Yeah.
And then, going into Q school, now I know what I've got to work for and work towards and how much work I got to do still. But otherwise, I felt like I brought my B game because I was more concentrating on the event itself and being there rather than like, yes, I wanted to play amazing golf and like Tiger says, if you're not going there to win, don't go. Sort of thing. So of course I've got like, let's fucking shoot low and shit like that. Of course I had that in my head, but it was more or less, does my game hold up? Does it actually hold up or do I just think it does?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I got told by a few of the guys that came out and watched, even Ryan and even like speaking to Levi and even some of the guys that we played with or against, I'm just like, I did not actually play my golf. I really didn't. I sort of brought my B game, and if I'm beating half the field or around the cut line with my average, maybe a bit nervy golf, it filled me with a fair bit of confidence, made cut or not. It felt like I actually belong here.
Yeah.
I'm good enough. I really am. Like that's what it made me feel like.
And you said that to me. I rang you later the Friday night. Once it had all been decided and the the cut line was official and stuff. I rang you on Friday night and I just said, "How you doing?"
Yeah.
And the response you had was, "Why does everyone think I'm fucking upset?"
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
just
why
like-
does everyone think I'm sad?
I'm like, I don't think it's that we think you're sad or anything like that or upset or pissed off or whatever. We're just checking in. First pro tour event, right? Missed the cut. It's unfortunate. Didn't probably play as good as you would have liked. We just want to make sure that everything in the house is okay.
We're good.
Right?
It was,
And you said that exactly to me. You said, "Dude, I've played my B grade game of golf, all right, and I've just missed the cut by a shot."
I've also what made me feel even better. There was a lot of big names that missed the cut as well that I had covered by a few shots
100%.
and that had been out there for 8 seasons.
That
also made me feel a lot better. I'm
that
like,
100% it's going to, but everyone can have a bad week.
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So there's always going to be, it's the same in every tournament. There's always going to be a dozen, maybe more or just less players who you'd expect to make the cut around a favourable golf course and in those conditions and stuff that don't.
Yeah, correct.
Right? So, but no, it was impressive to see you go about it in a different aspect. And moving forward into this week, you've got the National.
Yes, playing the National tournament.
So, funnily enough, you had Pennant there yesterday at the time of recording.
Yeah.
You've now got your second Pro Tour event at the same place. So you made the joke to me, and unfortunately, in your Pennant game, you weren't really paying too much attention.
I feel terrible. Like, I actually do feel like a massive dick. I feel terrible because I even said to Britt, I'm like, I feel like I made a bit of a dick of myself, if I'm honest, because I was pissing and moaning about the pace of play, which I'm very strong about. I'll never back down off that.
Yeah.
Like, the pace of play was disgraceful.
Yep.
But the way I sort of conducted it, like I say all the time that Pennant doesn't mean much as it's people make it out to seem and make it seem like. And I kind of think I got to stop saying that because it means a lot more for some than it does for others.
Correct.
For myself, my view of Pennant is I would love to just go out there and be with a good bunch of blokes, good bunch of players from the same team and go out, have a bit of fun at another golf course and have a bit of a competition. Right. But people see it as the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
That's how people see Pennant. And admittedly, when I was 14, I did too.
Yeah.
I thought Pennant was what you trained for.
It's everyone's own sort of expectations and tunnel vision, I suppose.
And so
because we've had this discussion before about club champs. And for most amateur golfers, club champs is the pinnacle. But that's where people get to. The next step from that is Pennant.
Yeah, correct. Which is what I'm not failing, but which is what haven't been able to see of recent because I've played many seasons of Pennant and I'm over it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
But not over it.
Joel, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm surprised you committed to play this year.
Yeah, but
that's not a slight on anything or anyone.
I wanted to support the club.
You want to support the club.
That was my drive to play Pennant. When
you told me I'm playing Pennant this year, I was like, really?
Yeah. No, some good golf courses, good bunch of blokes. I've nothing. It's more or less going to Pennant. I feel like I just didn't like the stiffness in the air. Everyone's there and nervous.
It's 100% of the reason.
Like everyone's like, oh my god, I want to like.
It's 100% of the reason.
I'm just looking around, going, why is everyone so stale? Why is everyone so stiff? Like, let's get going. Let's have a bit of fun here. Like we're playing for nothing on these good golf courses against other players playing a high level of golf. Smile.
Enjoy it.
Like, let's enjoy it.
But
they're taking 5-hour rounds in groups of twos playing match play. Yeah. Come on, let's get moving. Yeah. Come on. Like, let's play golf.
That stiffness, that tension is 100% of the reason why and I'm saying this now, my mind might change in the future. I will never play Pennant.
Yeah.
If I get to the number where I'm low enough and I get approached to play, my answer will be no.
Yeah.
Flat out. And I've had those discussions with Pennant captains and stuff at my club before.
So if you got down to scratch.
If I got down to scratch or plus whatever when the time comes, if it does, and I get a tap on the shoulder being like, you want to play Pennant this week? Nah, sorry. As much as I'm honoured for you to ask me, the answer is no.
Well, see, sometimes it's just a different priority.
Because I've been in those shoes before in a different sport where you get asked to represent your club at the next level.
Yeah.
And it ruins the sport.
See, representing the club, that's all I wanted to do. I want to go there in a Rosanna shirt, go play some good golf with a good bunch of blokes and a good team. And go have some fun at some really good golf courses. But we get there and you can't even talk to the other team. They look at you like you're dead to them. And it's like, what are we all doing here then?
But here's the thing, right?
You're going to
laugh.
Yeah, probably. But like I was actually saying this to Brett on the way home. I'm just like,
who died? Who died?
That's what I mean. I'm like, they're going, boys, we're at the National.
Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah.
This place is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you're treating it like a US Open, and Pennant is important for many people, and
100%,
and it is at a high level. It's Division 2. It's the real deal. It's legit golf. But I'm like, I want to come here and have a bit of fun on a sick golf course and compete against the guy that's at a very high level. But we're out there going, you're all stale. You all got a pole up your ass.
Yeah,
like. Let's relax. Let's play some good golf.
Let's enjoy it.
And if you win, you fucking win. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. So it's not just golf and it's not just tennis that I've been exposed to in the past, right? We had SGM's Bucks party a few months ago, and we went to a lawn bowls club in Brunswick, right, for the Bucks party. We went and threw lawn bowls for a little bit and had a few beers, and there was pennant games going, or regular Saturday comps, intra clubs. It was Keilor versus Brunswick, whoever it was, and they're exactly the same. Everyone's surfboard, just fucking
just so stiff.
Throwing balls
Like
down.
end of the world.
And we're on the other bowling green screaming at each other, swearing our heads off, drinking beers, having a laugh. And they're looking at us going, who the fuck are these pricks?
But you guys have a better time than they do.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we're getting involved in their games, watching their games, going, fucking shot.
there you
How
go.
good's that?
Yeah.
Right? Screaming, fuck Kilo, we don't like you, get lost, right? And all of a sudden, they start lightening up because we're not taking it seriously. And they start feeding off our energy a little bit.
Yeah.
But then there was also that crowd of people that were like, fuck off. Like, you don't know what this is about.
Yeah.
And there will always be that crowd that's like, fuck off, you don't know what this is about.
I gotta respect the people that love pennant. And it is a big deal. I'm not gonna say it's not. I think it's just a personal thing as
100%.
well. I've lost my love for it.
Yeah.
I think because I view it maybe differently, but I always sort of look for something different in it.
Yeah.
And for some, pennant is maybe the highest level they want to get to. I'm not going to say can, because everyone can get to a higher level, but maybe they want to get to it. Maybe they don't want to play forever, or they don't want to play.
SGM's made it perfectly clear. He wants to play pennant.
There you go.
That's a
what he
goal
wants
for
to
him.
do.
And
Awesome.
I think that comes in the sense that like playing pennant at our club in particular means you're playing off a relatively good
It's a good
handicap.
status to be at. You're a pennant player at your home club. How good's that? I'm not taking that away from people. It's just I would just love to see
your perspective on it has changed completely since you've started playing, since you've played it so much and you're starting to play these bigger events, which is why you then use your round at the National yesterday in a pennant game
the thing is,
to scope it out.
Yeah, I felt terrible. But
for your pro event.
The thing is, I would love to play pennant forever.
Yeah.
Like pennant used to be, like when I was at Huntingdale, it was amazing. And even first couple seasons of Rosanna, it was awesome. I loved it. Like the team atmosphere was awesome. When you go to a club, like, and you go see another golf club, and you're trying to beat them. You're trying to win. That's what you're going there for. But you also doesn't mean you don't interact with anybody or make it a fun day.
Yeah.
It's not. And like I said, I got to stop saying that it's not that serious, because it is. It really is. Like clubs are bending over backwards to get their teams there and providing for the other teams and setting up lunches and setting up the golf course and sacrificing their golf course for that day. Or like I'm not knocking that at all. I'd just love to see a bit more of an atmosphere, a bit more of a vibe, a bit more of a positive vibe.
Yeah.
Rather than going there being stiff as a board, being
because then what ends up happening, you lose your game on the Sunday, and all of a sudden the same 10 blokes that you normally play with or see on a Thursday, Friday at the club don't talk to you this week because you lost.
Oh, not even that. But
do you know what I mean?
You get seen in a different light.
It changes people's week, like a shit result in the footy does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I agree with you. Some people can take it too seriously.
There needs to be a competition aspect. I'm not
100%.
taking that away. You have to go there. You go, I want to win. I'm going to play my best golf. You have to.
Yeah.
But one, you're not playing for money or nothing. You're not playing to get onto the Ryder Cup team. You're not doing that. So come there, play your best golf, be competitive, yes, but lighten up.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see. And just enjoy it. Just love it. Just love being there. There was a couple guys that looked like they just didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, come on, you're playing this golf course. Come on. Like, smile and hurry the fuck up. Like, but anyway, back on track with the national event. It was awesome to actually see the course before the week. Yes, I'm going out Tuesday, late Arvo, just to get some swings in.
Yeah.
That's probably all I'll do. And then Wednesday, pracky around with Levi. But yesterday, during that pen around, I was doing some mapping and I still felt terrible.
Look,
because I was doing some mapping and the guy I was versing, played very well. Not going to knock him for that. He did play very well. Did me on 18. There was a couple of holes where I'm standing on the back of a green or tee box and he had to, Joel, what? It's you, dude. Oh, sorry, mate. And I've got a book out or something like making a couple notes because I've just got my mind on the tour event. That's all I've got my mind on. So I felt terrible. I should have locked in a lot more. I really should have. It was a bit disrespectful. But otherwise, that's it. That's my focus, I guess, at the moment. And I should have showed up more, a lot for the team, I guess, and for myself. And to even try and give the guy a bit more of a competition rather than me being a bit disassociated. But I just for myself anyway, in this particular moment in time, a bit more of a unusual focus for the coming week. So, the national tournament down at Gunner so
It's going to be sick.
Hopefully you see me in one of those final groups on TV, on Fox
Yeah,
Sports. That'll be nice.
That's the thing. So leading into the rest of this week and what we've got going on, so you being down at the National means two things. Firstly, unfortunately, you're missing out on Barnbougle.
I am.
So you might have heard a couple of weeks ago we announced it for my birthday that my fiance Ali and Joel had organised a trip to Barnbougle and we were going to go play.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you're no longer coming with me on that trip.
Unfortunately not, no.
But your spot has been quickly snapped up by Mark from Chasing Birdies, which
that's worked out quite well.
Worked out excellently.
Quite well.
I'd spoken to my fiance Ali and said, "Look, you're happy to come?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "But if you find someone that can go and play golf with you, do it."
Well, because that's what's been organised.
Correct.
Yeah.
She's like, "The last thing I want to do is ring Barnbougle and go, oi, there's only one player now, not two. So if you find someone that can play golf with, great, do that." So put the phone calls out, few people unavailable. Mark snapped it up. It's going to be unreal.
We're on.
Right, so we're in the process of getting all that sort of stuff organised. Shout out to Raptor, lent me his travel bag.
That's so sick. Yeah.
So I picked that up on Saturday off him. Thank you very much, Marcus. And yeah, we're all systems go.
Bang.
Like we've booked hire cars and all that kind of stuff.
Nothing's changed, really.
Nothing's changed. It's all ready to go.
It's just unfortunately I can't come now.
And I'm going to say this now. I know you're spewing, but I am never in 1,000 years ever going to turn around and go, oi, withdraw.
Yeah. You know what you did say, but you did say you'd like, please miss the cut, you fuck.
Yeah, legit.
I'm like,
because that's the second thing, right? If you make the cut, right, and you're playing on Sunday, you miss out on the golf day.
I do.
Right?
I do.
So the Nash, fix your scheduling. Yeah? Fuck. Right? This is shit house. You fucked it for all of us here. Right? No, I'm talking out of my ass. Right? I 100% want you to make the cut. Right? No, I'm going to be rooting for you 100%. But it's going to be very last minute where we turn around and go, oi, we got an extra spot to fill.
It's
right?
just an unfortunate little situation, but like not on one end, but
yeah.
Look, it's just a stacked schedule.
I said it to you a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, I can't sit here and look you in the eye and say I don't have fingers in both honeypots, mate. Like of make the cut, don't make the cut. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because like I want you to make the cut and I want you to succeed in your pro events, but also like we've been so excited for this fucking golf day for so long.
So it was
all
actually
fucking things. It's not like you've got a mate's birthday or a wedding or something.
It's a fucking
this
tour
is
event.
A fucking tour event.
It's the last one of the season too.
Correct. And I'm just like,
right before Q scored, you're like, fuck. It was a Heidelberg Pro Am. We're sitting down having lunch.
Yeah.
And I checked the heritage list, and I'm like, oh well, entries are closed now. They've got the field.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to qualify.
Cool.
Right. And we're like, all right, no worries. That's on a Monday. Let's see how we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's get it. Right. Let's go to work. Right. Anyway. And then I'm like, I wonder what the Nash is like. Right. And I checked. And I saw that I was in the field. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, fuck yes. But like,
and honestly,
we've just hyped up a few things.
You just tapped me on the shoulder because I was sitting next to you at the table and you just held your phone up like that. And honestly, I'm not lying to you. My heart sank. Like dead set. I was like, Fuck. All right. What does this mean? And then there was a bit of like confusion about whether the number of players in the field was accurate or if it was going to change.
I didn't know yet.
And then it was like a couple of days of, we'll send an email, see what happens. And then you told me, it's legit. I'm in. And I was like, cool. Now I can move forward and try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? And like I said, I'm never going to sit here and tell you to withdraw from an event.
No, you wouldn't get far doing that.
Just to come to fucking Tassie for 2 days. Like, come on.
No.
But no, it's going to be good. And honestly, genuinely, if you make the cut, sick.
We're on. Yeah,
it just means I got to go shoot 15 under by myself at fucking
you're just going to go out and have to shoot 56 by yourself.
That's it. But yeah, look, regardless, we're gonna have a great day.
Things don't actually change.
No,
it's just the involvement with either of us just changes slightly. That's all it really is. So we do. There were a few changes, few dropouts of the golf day and stuff. Yeah. So we are trying to finalize some numbers. Yeah.
Everything's still going ahead. It's all ready to go. It's all booked in and sorted. We're just trying to put the final pieces together.
Yeah, put the final.
So I'm going to try and maybe see if I can find, if you do make the cut, there's going to be a few last minute phone calls on,
Well,
Saturday to be like, "Oh, come play a game at Yarrambat with me on Sunday morning." So it's all, but that's it. It is what it is. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for Barnbougle.
I think it's just sunk in for you now.
It has.
I think it's.
I mean,
I think it just kicked you up the
the
ass.
stress levels of me trying to book a fucking hire car this morning, right? Because the airport shuttles was ridiculously expensive.
Crazy expensive.
And so the cheaper option was to hire a car. And all of a sudden I'm ringing hire car companies and they're going, "No, we got nothing. Like it's 2 days out. What do you expect?"
Yeah,
so I managed to snag one. We're all good. But yeah, so
sick.
it's going to be exciting.
So
like
sick. I can't wait to see photos.
Picking up the travel bag on Saturday, I'm like, "Oh fuck, we're on here."
Yeah, I think that's what did it.
Yeah.
Because you like for the last probably I'm going to say 10 days, 10 days to 2 weeks, you hadn't really harped on about it much.
Nah.
When you're excited, you don't shut up about something.
Nah, correct.
Right? So for example, the golf day, you're itching for it,
And
which
also-
is awesome.
And a large part of that is knowing that you're probably not going to be there either. So I'm like, I don't want to sit here and just fucking rant and rave about
No,
it.
so I'm not bothered by that.
I know
because-
you're not,
Yeah,
but still.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. But and now it's like every
Yeah.
phone call we have, you're like, "Oh, I've got sorted for Boogle. We're good for Boogle." I'm like, "He's on here.
He's on,
He's on.
yeah.
He's
So
on. It's clicked."
we're very much looking forward to it, Mark and I. He's over the moon to become
like,
along.
As I am disappointed that I can't go.
Yeah.
I've got something else that I'm more excited for.
Of course, I don't blame you.
But I can still sit here at a bit of ease knowing that I actually contributed to the trip.
100%, dude.
So
And yeah,
I
without
can
your
sit here
involvement,
sitting easy.
without your involvements and your help booking it all, mate, it
Yeah,
wouldn't even,
no,
we
no,
wouldn't even
that
be
makes me
close.
feel a bit better.
And you know
That
what
makes
it
me feel a
means
bit better.
in a few weeks' time or whatever, when I've got an RDO on a Friday or something, it just means we jet up to Sydney and go play somewhere up there.
Or something.
Or something. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard to book, flights and a hire car or whatever
I've
it
got
might be.
connections.
Yeah, so we'll definitely do more of these trips, or even just jump in the car and drive
I was
down.
about to say, we just jump in the car and just
Go to
boogie.
Toke.
Just boogie.
Just go down to Toke or something and figure it out. But no, leading in again, the last thing on the agenda, the golf day. Sunday's the day. If you're listening to this on Friday, we are all systems go. Thank you again to our sponsors, Clutch & Co., Moondog Brewery, Wilson Golf, H Golf, Flat Stick, and Marcus Raptopoulos. We're very excited. Prizes are ready to go. Mark's ready to go. Everything's sorted. The field is 90% there.
Awesome.
I'll say this now, but it might have changed. At the time of recording being Monday, there are spots available.
Okay.
If you have missed out or whatever, if you're listening to this, we've already put stuff on the Instagram, so it's probably too late already, but I'm just saying it now. There were spots available earlier this week.
Yeah.
That might have changed. It might still be
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
If
Reach
you-
out if not. Either way.
Just reach out.
Reach out either way.
Either way, you might get lucky.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But no, where all systems go. Can't wait. It's going to be sick.
Beautiful. Like I said, I hope I can be there.
Yep.
For the purpose of the day.
Yep.
But I also hope I don't see you that day either.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope I get
So-
to play my round of golf at the golf day and then go home and chuck on KO and
Yeah,
watch you
watch me.
shoot 9 under on the Sunday and win it. And then don't have to worry about Q school.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
So, but no,
That'll fix a lot of things.
let's get into questions from the second cut.
We're on.
I want to take a little bit of a different spin on questions from the second cut today because we've been talking a lot about us. This week.
I like when you do this sort of things, but fuck, it makes me nervous too.
I want to know
Oh God.
if you have a 2025 certainty for the upcoming major season. Right. So we've got the majors coming up. Augusta's like 2.5 weeks away.
Yeah, Augusta's
Right.
like right around the corner.
It's around the corner. You'll
Yeah.
be hearing a lot about Augusta once the
Yeah.
golf day's out of the way.
Yeah.
But I want to know, do you have a prediction in your mind or something that you know for certain is going to happen?
Ooh.
So it's like an early take on predictions. What is your 2025 major golf certainty?
Certainty.
Something that you are going to put all your confidence in.
Yeah. I got one.
Go.
The Masters is going to be played at Augusta.
That's sick. Well done. Nice. Fuck you, man.
I knew you were going to hate that one. Yeah, cop that ass.
You got me so excited. I'm like, oh, here we go. He's got one.
Oh, fuck. No. Legit. I'm right, though.
Yeah. You are.
You're looking at me like, shut up, idiot.
You are.
Oh,
because I've got two.
I've got one in my head that I want to say just to be controversial.
Go.
But I don't. It's not
Just
a certain.
say it because I think it's the same thing. Just go.
No, because it's not answering the question. It's not answering the question.
No, just say it anyway.
All right, Rory wins one.
Okay, fair enough.
But
And you know what?
I'm retracting that statement because I don't think it's a certainty.
The
It's
moment-
a hope. It's a hope.
The moment the final putt
But-
drops in the playoff with the players, right? I was this close to loading the stories up and being like, just give him all four of them now.
Give him
Just give him all four of them now. The Grand Slam, Rory McIlroy, done. Give him the green jacket, give him the Wanamaker, give him everything.
I think
Because
it's
he's
a
won the
massive.
players.
I think it's a massive probability. I think he's probably the favorite apart
Yeah.
from Scotty and the three big dogs.
Yeah.
To go in there and win one of them at least.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I don't think it's a certainty. I think it's just a higher probability.
Okay.
So I'm very hopeful he gets one done. We haven't seen the likes of Rory being at the top of the table in a major for a very long time, for
He's
over
also-
a decade.
Did he play in the Valspar over the weekend? Don't think so.
I'm not.
Doesn't normally.
I didn't follow the Valspar. Congrats to Victor Hovland, by the way. But
Rory tends to take from the players to Augusta off.
yeah.
A lot of
he
the top
generally-
players tend to just go and have 2 weeks
Which I don't
prepping.
blame them at
I don't
all.
blame them either. If I was in their shoes, I'd do the same thing, right? Take those couple of weeks off
they
leading
lock
into
in.
Augusta and just
lock in.
zone.
Yeah,
in.
just lock in.
Brooks Koepka was a big component of
Yeah.
it when he was
Yeah.
on the PGA
Loads
Tour
up
as
for
well.
majors.
Just loads up for the majors. But my
Actually,
certainty,
to think of a certainty. This is a bit loaded, actually, but oh no, see, this is another hopeful thing as well. It's not even a certainty.
you can say it as a certainty. It's basically, I'm just basically asking you to put a bet on, essentially. Like, this is going to happen. I'm so confident. My certainty is that either one of Scotty and or Bryson are going to win a major this year.
See, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt.
I'm
that.
telling you it's going to happen.
I don't doubt that at all.
I'm telling you it's gonna happen.
I think if they don't win one,
so
they're going to be
confident.
fucking thereabouts.
I'm so confident in the two of them at the moment. And yes, Scotty's Scotty. Like, but Bryson kind of been a little bit all over the shop in the last couple of weeks based on results. Still playing good golf, but I'm all chips in on Bryson. He's done a complete 180 for me in the last 2 years, and I fucking love him.
I have a lot of respect for Bryson.
If you're listening,
I'm gonna move away from the actual answering of the question because I'm not sure of a certainty because I don't think you can be certain about anything.
yeah, fair enough.
Because
That's a fair statement.
I don't know if you can predict. Like if you can,
This is a true questions from the second cut in the sense that I thought of it 8.5 seconds before we hit record. No, go on, move away from it then. How do you want to do it?
I'm gonna go for a hope.
Your hope. Okay, I like this too. Let's do this as well.
So
what is your number one hope for the majors?
I'm hopeful. Well, I've got two main ones.
Okay.
Two main ones. One, Rory wins one of them.
Okay.
I'd love to see that because I think he cops a lot of forced hate.
And the rest of
Forced hate, specifically.
from me, dude, I can't stand the fact that he's not winning enough. Fucking win one, dude.
But but not that. But people don't want him to succeed.
Oh, no, that's fair.
I feel like there's so much forced hate onto him because he's done nothing but one, be loyal to the tour, two, be the top of the game for 15 years,
Absolutely.
been played amazing golf, sticks to his guns, and produces.
Yeah.
He produces some great golf wins. Like he's been winning a fair bit in the last 18 months. Yes, it might not be a major, but he gets the job done.
Absolutely,
he really does. So I think there's a lot of forced hate on him, and I hope he can just stick it up all those fucking haters online, puts on that jacket or holds up that jug or something like that.
I'm sorry, but it has to be Augusta.
You reckon?
It has to be Augusta.
If he puts on that jacket, it's full stop.
I don't think green's his color, but it has to be that jacket.
My other one is that Tiger makes a cut in one of them.
Ruptured Achilles will probably say no.
Yeah,
he's had it
but
operated on.
That's why I said it's a hope. I just want to see him play on a Saturday or Sunday at a major.
Not this year.
Maybe not this year. I hope it's this year. Like I said, it's a hope. I would love to see the big cat tee it up on a Saturday morning or afternoon or whatever.
I just wanna
don't
see
care
him
if it's on the number or not. I don't care.
I just want to see him in red.
I just want to see the big. Yeah,
just wanna
I
see
think
him
that's
in
what
red.
I want.
Yeah.
I just want to see the big cat where he belongs.
I'm aligned
back in his habitat.
I'm aligned
on a
with-
Sunday with that red shirt on.
Absolutely.
I'd love to see it again. I don't know if it'll happen this season or next
It
or
won't.
never.
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
So if you haven't heard or seen anything recently, he's ruptured his Achilles. He's had it operated on. Last time anybody came back from a ruptured Achilles in 7 weeks, I don't think it's likely.
Yeah. I don't specifically. I'd love to see it at Augusta. It won't happen.
7 weeks gets him to basically the Open anyway. So like, I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah. Let's hope it's US Open.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know, but that's my hope.
I'm aligned with you in your hopes, right? With Rory winning a major and with Tiger wearing red again. But I'm going to add one. I'm hopeful that we can see Minwoo Lee finish top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5, like real strong showing in a major.
I'd love to see Scotty, J Day, Leash, Cam.
I think
or a
more
few of
so.
the main boys
I think
to
Woozy
produce.
at the moment,
And Wizzle, yeah.
if Woozy can, really put in a solid performance in another major, he becomes, aside, I know Cam Smith's still out there and still rocking it and whatever else, but I think he becomes the next poster boy for Australian golf.
The main Aussie focus.
Focus.
Yeah. Well, the fact that Leash and Cam are now on live, they're not quite in the spotlight in regards to the PGA Tour or the media as much, since they'd play one, less events, and two, they're not probably broadcasted as heavily.
Absolutely.
So he's probably not quite in the spotlight as much as he was.
No.
Which I'm sad about. I love seeing Cam everywhere, but you're right. Woozy would be
ideal.
Would be the one.
He's just got the personality. I've been watching him in TGL and stuff, and he's different. And awesome. I like it.
He's awesome. He brings the vibes. He brings the vibes.
So they're my hopes. But
hopes.
My certainty: Bryson, Scotty, majors.
Wow.
One of. I'd love to see Bryson get up at the US Open at Oakmont, just tear that place apart.
Well, they all said he couldn't do it at Wingfoot. Like, they go, you can't outdrive that golf course, and he did. He made everyone look pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
If his driver and his wedges are on.
I don't know.
It's different.
We'll see, I guess.
Have you got a question for me?
The majors produce some weird shit.
I can't wait.
It's in regards to when you came around during the tour event last week.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So, we've played together for how long?
Long time.
Probably
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, maybe and change. Maybe and change. Do you think... Basically, my main question is, after seeing me in the environment, this is asking you about me. I know it's maybe a selfish question or personal question. It's a selfish question maybe, but I'm curious. Do you genuinely believe, after seeing myself in that environment, the golfer I have and the amount of golf you've seen, do you genuinely think I can compete?
Yes. Like, there's not. It sounds like there's hesitation around that question.
I was going to say,
but there isn't.
Okay.
Right, it's a pretty solid yes, and for the reasons that you mentioned earlier, right? You've brought your B game to your first Pro Tour event, and I'll have a bit more of a stronger answer for you after this week.
Okay.
Because Gunnemeter is not a golf course you've seen all that often.
Seen it the first time yesterday.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? And you spent the whole day writing shit down in your book or whatever else, taking notes and doing what you probably really should do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you play St. John.
I was a member there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you played it twice a week for a year.
Yeah.
You've seen enough of that golf course.
That's actually a good answer. You're right. Yeah.
So I do what, based on your golf game alone, fucking oath, dude, you can compete.
Yeah.
Because you just go handicap for handicap with some of these other tour pros and you're matching, if not better. Right? Take hitting a golf ball and pro events and all that kind of shit out of it. If you just look at the numbers, you're shooting better numbers around than these guys in other events or other conditions and whatever else.
Yeah, in some cases.
In some cases. So, do you deserve a card? Probably. Right? Can you compete? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You brought your B game golf to an event and missed the cut by a shot.
Yeah.
Copped the fucking shit conditions the first day and the body wasn't great the second day, didn't hit it the greatest and missed the cut by a shot. Cool, man. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
This week at the Nash, I think it will be a bit more of a test for you, 100%. But if you can, number one, make the cut, and number two, post a top 20.
Yeah, you're on.
Who knows? Because, like you said, it's that ability to... We had Luke in here for episode number 52, and he said it himself. He goes, the first year keeping your card is the hardest.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing everything brand new.
Yeah, for the first time, yeah.
It's so much easier to keep your card the second year round than it is the first.
Yeah,
right? Because you're comfortable. You've played 4 rounds at least at each of these, or hopefully 2 rounds at least at these golf courses each and every week. They don't change.
No.
So if you can go around on, this week coming up at Gunnemeter, play half decently, make the cut, post the top 20, sick.
Post the number, yeah.
This one's a test.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I like it. That's actually very well.
So I don't want to
that's
sit
very
here,
well answered.
I don't want to
That's
sit
very
here
well
and,
answered.
smash your confidence and go, nah, bruv, you're fucking miles off. Right? I'm not going to do that.
No.
Right? For two reasons. One, it's not true.
Yeah.
And two, I don't want to fucking kill you like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I'm not going to sit here and turn around and go, because the question's not can you win?
No.
The question is, can you compete?
Do you think because anyone can win?
100%.
On the Aussie tour right now, like you see years and years ago, even on the PGA tour, there was a stacked top 20, and then everyone else after that just make the cut.
Yeah.
But there was 20 guys that could win or will win. Now there's 200.
anyone can lose their
now
card.
There's 200.
Now anyone can lose their card.
And even on the Aussie tour, there's so many different. You very rarely see like consecutive winners or guys that win multiple in one season, except for your Kazuma or your Micheluzzi or something like that. But they're not here anymore.
No,
for good reason. They're on DP.
It's
and
a
Asian
stepping
tour.
stone.
That's exactly. So, especially this season, I don't think, except for Jack Buchanan, I'm not sure if there was multiple winners.
Has Harrison Crowe had a couple of wins?
Not this season. No. I don't think. I hope he does, but I don't think so.
He was one of the notable names I'd noted. And Elvis Smiley's had a couple of wins.
Elvis has.
Yeah.
Elvis has, yes.
Elvis
definitely
and
has.
he played right over
he
the
won he won WA and Australian PGA.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. There's been a couple. Right. But Elvis just won the Order of Merit for Australasian show, so he's not gonna be here next season.
Nope.
He's gonna be over in DP. So he's another stepping stone.
Yeah.
Congrats to him. He's a phenomenal golfer.
I
and he's
remember
earned every bit of
I
it.
remember watching him like back when golf in this country was on free to air TV, and he was like a 15-year-old kid playing as an amateur.
Yeah.
In the Aussie Open and stuff, and going, this kid's unreal.
Yeah, I remember he won the Aussie Amateur, my first Aussie Am when I went up to Queensland. I reckon I was 16, 15 maybe 16. I think he won that by like 12.
Yeah.
Like just no one even got
Kid's a
anywhere near
freak.
it. It was at his home course,
Of course.
but you still got to get the ball in the hole.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise,
But no, I genuinely think yes, you can compete at this level, 100%. I think you got a little bit of ground to make up. I think I don't think you are. What's the right way to put this? I don't think you have it as figured out as you think you might.
no, I don't.
Right. So
Absolutely, it's all an experiencing.
100%.
Luke said it before.
You
He
got
goes, you're going to go out there and think you know what you're doing. You have no idea.
you got a lot to learn.
Exactly.
You got a lot to learn.
Exactly. That's why I'm not disappointed with last week.
How
I'm
could you
going
be?
out there going, oh, okay, I'll see how it is.
How
now.
could you be?
And then I've got a whole hopefully next season, I've got a whole season to dig the feet in.
Anybody who walks onto a tour event, every tour event going, I'll finish top 10 and I'll be
you're
sweet.
delusional.
Your name's Tiger Woods and that's it,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
So, but no, yes, you got a lot to learn. Yes, you can compete and I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited and I'm a little bit stressed because I don't know if you start jetting around the country, fuck, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? So anyway,
Cross country shit. I don't know.
that's it. Zoom episodes.
Zoom.
Oh God. Anyway, let's leave it there, Jolly. Good luck for this week, mate. We're really excited for you. Well done last week as well. Obviously not the result you were wanting, but it is what it is. It's golf. It's part of it.
First one.
A lot needs to go right in golf, unfortunately.
I'm still my main focus is still Q school.
Yeah.
So these 2 weeks, yes, I want to play well. Yes, I want to make cuts. Yes, I'm going there to compete and
win.
have a good week and
And win.
Oh, that's always a bonus.
Yeah.
That's always a bonus. But yeah, that would be the cherry on top, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
But yeah, main focus is Q school. These 2 weeks are just a little teaser and a little bit of a bonus to make me a bit more hungry, I guess. And
Yep.
you know, fill up the arsenal a bit.
Absolutely.
Little bits because last year was a great test of bit of resilience and a mental game and experience and stuff like that, which was good. And then so hopefully I'm fully equipped.
Absolutely.
Or better equipped.
Absolutely.
No one's fully equipped, but
No.
anyway.
But no, like I said, best of luck for this week.
Yeah.
We're excited for you. Ladies and gents, be sure to check out our Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, subscribe, follow, leave 5-star reviews, all that nonsense. Check out all our sponsors, please, for the golf day. So we got Moondog Brewery, Clutch & Co., Wilson Golf, H Golf, releasing new irons almost every week. By the sounds of it, they're just dropping new stuff all the time.
Heaps.
Awesome. Flat Stick as well. And then obviously Marcus Raptopoulos.
The Raptor.
coaching. Go hit him up for some lessons if you need them. Subscribe, like,
All that. Tell your mates.
jargon. Tell your mates. Hit them very, very well. We'll see you next week, hopefully with
Some good news.
some good
That'll
news
be nice.
and a win. See you at the golf day.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheers. Hit them well.
Cheers.